Now that we put all that work into making Lenny look so good, and this Oz did that amazing paint job on there, and we're getting all the bright work polished and everything on it, it's a shame that we're gonna need to keep him outside. So we decided that we're gonna go ahead and build a container cover. It mounts on two containers. It's like an archway, so kind of like the Quonset, but it's a fabric one, and it goes up between the two shipping containers. It's 40 feet wide, so the same width as the Quonset hut that we have now. We have plenty of room to park 3 vehicles, 3 larger buses under there, or 2 buses and the tractor and stuff like that. So we originally had this one container that we put next to the building there, and it was really nasty. And Kelly had asked us to paint it to make it look nice. So if we're gonna paint all of the containers to make them so this looks a little bit nicer out front, because it's gonna be so close to the building. And one concern is we get lots of storms here. So if we've had 3 damaging lightning strikes alone in the last just under a year here, and the last one was like $20,000 in damage from lightning strike. We've had the winds blow through here quite a bit with knocking trees over, so that's a little bit of a concern with it too. But without a back wall on it and the angle that is going to be positioned towards the prevailing winds here, I think it's going to be okay. But we'll have time will tell on that. So we'll get into it here a little bit more, and I'll show you some more pictures. It should blend in real nice with the kind of curves of the Quonset here, because the dimensions are going to be the same 40-foot wide. The height is basically the same. It's going to be like 1 foot taller, I think, because that's 13 feet to the middle, plus the 8-foot height of the container. The Quonset has 20-foot high in the middle. So just to give you some dimensions here, the Quonset hut is 40 foot wide and 20 foot tall. So the new structure that we're going to have, we're just going to put it over here. It's going to be where it's going to be on top of that container, which that container is at a little bit of an angle now. We're going to spin the rear of it around so it's kind of straight this way. And then the arch building will come up and over. So it'll be the same width between the two containers. So it's going to match 40 foot, 40 foot. So from this container here, 40 foot over, and then there'll be another container. So basically we have to have 16 feet for the containers, and then it'll be 40 feet in the middle, and it's going to go up the height. It's basically going to be a foot higher in the middle than what this is right here, but because the ground is a little lower there, I don't think that you'll notice it. It'll look pretty much so the same. We have a few trees to remove. That cedar tree there is going to have to go. These trees here are really small little trees. There's a couple of dead trees over here next to this container that need to go, and then a few small trees over here, and then probably just that one cedar right there as well. But it should match pretty well with what we've got here. It'll just be another arch structure, container. We're gonna paint the containers. That was Kelly's #1 rule. Whatever I do, I gotta paint the containers to make them look nice. So probably that same color that we started painting that one. We painted that over a year ago. It's held up pretty well. I just used indoor latex paint on it with the spray gun. I can't believe it with the not air sprayer, the paint sprayer thing. Airless paint sprayer. It did really good on it. So we'll probably do that again. That same color, something similar to it, the whole container. So container, archway, container will be 40 feet wide. This bus will be able to park under it. Lenny will be under the park under it. And then we can put the tractor and Kelly's Tahoe under there, or if we're working on the Cena Cruiser, we can move that over here, something like that. So we'll be able to get 3 buses on it because it's 40 feet deep. This bus is 40 foot wide. Lenny's 40 foot long. Lenny is 35 foot long. And then the depth of the archway is going to be 40 feet as well. So it'll mostly keep it out of the weather, but not all of it. We could have ends on it for the front and the back, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's just going to be open, which I think will help with the winds up here a little bit, where the wind can just pass right through it. The prevailing winds up here do kind of go like this way here, so it's not going to be hitting it straight sideways. So I think that'll probably help. It's rated at 90 kilometers an hour. That number sounds more impressive than 56 mile an hour winds. I know we've had 40, 50 mile an hour winds up here, so we're definitely gonna be pushing it on some of the storms. So we may add some extra bracing for it or something, but we'll see how it holds up. We'll have insurance, so go with that too. But I think it's gonna be okay up here. Like I said, the winds should go through it more than anything. It'll be anchored to 2 very, very heavy containers. And like the front doors on the Quonset have never been affected with the strong winds, and there's no way those are, I built those myself, so I can't imagine that they're rated higher than that. So I do think it'll be okay, but we'll find out over time. There'll be naysayers who watch us and say, no way. but I think it will, and it's gonna be a nice area out here. It's pretty flat already. I'll probably just get in one more load of chert just to totally make it flat once we pull all these trees out here and everything. Once we get the containers set, and we should have that structure here within 2 weeks and start the construction on it. So I'll try to get the site prepped before that. It should be real fun. So here's just some more dimensions on it here. Again, it's 40 by 40 basically, and then the height, it'll be about 21 feet in the very middle there. We did purchase this from Cherry Industrial, and they've offered us a coupon code that I'll put in the description. I can't really say it because it's a bunch of numbers and letters, but you can copy it and paste it. It'll save you 5% off of anything you're purchasing there. So if you're looking for any type of container structures or stuff like that, and they have other stuff that they sell as well, you might want to check them out. Yeah, after all the work that we put into the bus, cleaning, painting, polishing, all that, just to have it sit outside would just be hard to deal with. So it's going to be nice to see it sitting inside and keep the rain off of it.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. At the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.